excited to be here with the owner of Pure Skin Repair, Catrina Jackson. So excited again to have you join us for the summit. For those who do not know me, my name is Dr. Laquore Meadows, and I serve as the CEO and co-founder of Invest2Give. Super excited. We are like 2 days, well, actually 1 day away now from the Bella the Brand and her Bag Wealth Summit. So absolutely thrilled about this upcoming event. If you have not got your ticket, now is the time. Now is the time. So please go and register at invest2give.com, and you will see all of the wonderful speakers, all of the wonderful vendors, and it's just going to be a great time for you to be in the room to learn about finances. So super excited about this event. Well, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome one of our dynamic panelists today, Miss Catrina Jackson. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, Catrina, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and about your business as well?
Absolutely. So my name is Catrina Jackson, Texan since birth. I've been in the Central Texas area for 23 years now, I believe. I'm the mother of one biological daughter, and she has a sister. I claim her as my own as well. And I got to meet her when she was 3. So she's been in my life for, oh my goodness, she's been 15. She turned 15 in a couple of days. So 2 amazing girls who are actually the reason for Pure Skin. So just a very driven woman, just coming into my own in my late 30s. I'll say late 30s, but embracing it, definitely love it.
Awesome. So can you tell us how you got started in the beauty industry?
Absolutely. So in 2016, I was working for a company and I was a virtual worker. So I was an operational manager, but I was stationed here in Coppers Cove, Texas, and they worked out of Utah. While doing this job, they ran out of funding. They were a startup and I worked for them for over a year, but they ran out of funding and they were no longer able to afford me. So they had to lay me off. This was right before my daughter has special needs, so she's had quite a few surgeries in her life, but she's a trooper. So this was right before one of her surgeries, which obviously caused some nervousness and wonder and just everything on my part. But her sister, who had always dealt with eczema, I was looking already in the process of working on something that would help her with her eczema. And so in the process of that, I formulated a body butter and I had applied it to her skin. She had been using it for some time and people had started asking what I was doing for her skin. So I actually fell into Pure Skin. So by creating something for my daughter, just to help her with her eczema, it actually healed her eczema and it removed the scarring that she did from all the scratching. And people started asking me about it. And that happened right as I got laid off. So I fell out of one job into entrepreneurship.
Awesome. That's great. So the Bella the Brand and her Bag is going to be a conference that focuses on the intersection of beauty and finance. So I'm super excited again to have you help to represent the beauty component. Can you tell us a little bit about what has been the most impactful component of working in the beauty business?
Meeting women, just individuals all together that have different needs and different necessities and different wants from their skincare. It's definitely empowering to feel confident in your own skin. That's what I want to be able to help people with. And so just being in the skincare industry, you would think, oh, it's just, you don't want to be dry or you don't want to be this, but it actually empowers people when you feel good about yourself internally and you look good outside. It makes you feel really well. And so that's been the most beautiful part of this whole journey for me, is just being able to have something to help people feel better about themselves and just to be better, period.
Fantastic. That's great. So at the beginning of the pandemic, I started a series that was called the Couch Conversations. And so my whole goal was to help individuals feel a little bit more comfortable with really spending time and navigating the stock market. Wealth, the generation of it, is something that's really important to me, especially in communities of color and especially among women. Because as we think about the gender wealth gap, we think about the racial wealth gap, we definitely have some concerns there, right? And so as we think about finances and as we think about entrepreneurship and as we think about what's next and how we can truly help our respective communities build wealth, what are some things that you think that we should pay particular attention to?
Um, First, I would say get rid of the fear of stock. That was definitely something that I was worried about. You
Mm-hmm.
worry and you wonder, well, I have this amount of money. Should I put it in stock and risk losing it? It's worth the risk. There's things that you risk your money on that are that don't pay off near as well. So I would say just take notice into what it is that you enjoy. That's what I would do. Um, so one of the things, I don't know if y'all have one over there, but we have a Five Below store.
Yeah.
It's something that when before this pandemic, my daughter used to love going to. We would go there. She would pick up a few things. She would get gifts, and we would do that. That's something that I've invested in since this pandemic has happened. And it doesn't have to be a whole lot. There's so many different ways now that you can invest, different
Mhm.
avenues. You don't have to put down enough money for an entire stock. You don't have to
Mhm.
put hundreds and thousands of dollars into Bitcoin or anything like that. You can put what you want into it. And I feel that that's very important, just so that you can begin to close that gap, so that you can begin to pass that generational wealth down. So
Mhm.
that's what I would say. Yeah, that's definitely what I would say.
Awesome. How's your Five Below shares doing?
It's up a little bit. I don't have much in there, but just being able to show my daughter, like, look, this is what we put in. This
Yeah.
is how much we've gained. We lost this much the other day, but we've gained this much. This is what it's worth. It's a lot of fun just being able to teach her and tell her about that as well. So she can kind of get the gist of it.
Awesome. That is fantastic. And that's the whole thing. You are building her interest in this, and that is a function of helping to support your generational wealth. So I'm so excited to hear that you have engaged her in this process too. So that's wonderful. That's
Thank
wonderful. You're welcome. You're welcome. So during the summit, you're going to be serving as a panelist as well as a mentor. So, what are some of the gems that you can leave with us and leave with those who are interested in the beauty industry as they take their first steps?
Well, I'll say that I'm a very open and honest person. So one of the things that may be a benefit is that if there's a question that you have, if I have an answer to it, I'm going to be there to help you answer it. It'll also be just very open. I've gone through some things and I've succeeded and I failed, and all of those things, all of those nuggets that I've learned through those journeys are available to anyone who wants to know about them. I'm going to be tossing them out there anyway. So if, maybe they'll find benefit in there, and maybe it'll help them grow. So I'm a very open, honest person. I can talk. I've been known to talk, and definitely give my perspective on things. And so that's something that I'm excited to share with those coming to the event. I'm very excited to just have that talk with everyone and get to know everybody, give them my story, see where they may be struggling, and see if there's anything that I can provide to help with that as well.
Awesome, awesome. So, what is one thing, just for those who are listening but may not be able to join us this weekend, what is one thing that has been your greatest success? And then also, what has been a learning opportunity for you in the industry?
Um, COVID happening has been an
Mhm.
extremely huge part of learning. All
Mhm.
of my sales were done before COVID face to face. About 95% of my sales were done face to face.
Mhm.
And so having to remove that, and I love being face to face because you can give people personal recommendations and
Mhm.
samples and they can test it out, smell it, things like that. And then you just create that bond with them. But it's different now that everything is online. But that doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just different. And so this, especially this summit being online and being able to reach nationwide and worldwide, that's a beautiful thing to me. So
Mhm.
um, I'm very excited for that. And in all my talking, I apologize. I forgot the question. See, I'm telling you, I can talk. I'm just so
It's okay. So my question was around what has been one of your greatest successes, and then also what has been a learning opportunity that you've experienced since starting your business.
Yes. So doing the business online versus in person has definitely been the learning portion of it.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the greatest successes, just the connections you make.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of live in a world now where connections aren't as strong sometimes as they once were. And just being able to talk to someone and understand their needs, whether it's about skincare or just life in general. It's a beautiful thing to be able to sit down and talk with somebody and get to know them, smile with them, and share a laugh with them, and go from there. You never know what it's going to do for them. So that's something that's been very dear to my heart.
That's great. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. So we have a couple of days, right? A couple of days, right? I keep saying a couple of days. I think I'm wishing it was a couple of days, right? It's actually Saturday. But between now and then, can you tell us how can we reach you? And then also, if you have any events or things coming up that you would love for our audience to hear about, please feel free to share that as well.
Absolutely. Well, my website is pureskinrepair.com. To contact me, you can pureskinrepair.1. That would be Facebook and Instagram. And then if you wanted to email me, it's info@pureskinrepair.com. In between now and the event, I've just gotten onto Clubhouse, and I know that's something that's going on my way around there. I've had some invites for engagements and to be a part of some groups and things, and so I'm trying to work and feel my way around there. But those are some different ways that you can reach out to me, no matter how you reach out to me: Facebook, Instagram, Google, Twitter. There's so many different ways. No matter how you reach out, it comes to me, and I definitely reach back out.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, my final question for you before we leave today is please tell us how are you being the Bella, the brand, and the bag in 2021?
Yeah. 2020 was a whole thing in itself, but I feel that it built us up for
Mhm.
this year for us to be successful, to take those lessons and be successful. Just plain and simple, I'm not accepting failure this year.
Love it.
That's what last year was, not necessarily failure, but hardship and a lot of lessons to be learned.
Mhm.
I'm over that. I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm not taking failure. I'm moving forward. We're just going to keep stacking and building this dynasty. And that's
Mhm.
what 2021 is going to be about.
I love it. I love it. I'm gonna be over here stacking and building too. I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that inspiration. And thank you again for taking time out of your day to join us this evening. And most importantly, thank you for joining us on this weekend too. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have a lot of fun.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited.
Awesome. Me too. Me too. Wonderful. Well, thank you everyone for chiming in today and watching us on Facebook Live. Again, if you have not gotten your ticket yet, time is running out. We just got one more day left, one more day. So please join us. Check out the website, invest2give.com, and you'll be able to find all the information, all the wonderful speakers that will be joining us. Again, this summit is really around the collaboration between beauty and finance. So we have experts in beauty. We also have some dynamite speakers that are on the financial side as well. And I'm super excited. We got Jay the Trader coming. So if you're interested in bond trading, it's huge. It's huge. So he's going to be there, and a whole host of other individuals as well that are just talented at what they do. So look forward to seeing you on Saturday and Sunday. Thank you so much, Catrina. You are such a queen. I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you so
Okay. Thank you.